What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Let's get this underway. Tonight, we're getting into it. We're talking about dating fatigue. Dating fatigue. Are you tired? Are you tired of dating? You're just sick of the situation. You're sick of maybe even being lonely. You want to find somebody. You want to get going with this. Tonight we're going to help you out. I got my girl, Vicky Simmons is in the house. What's up, Vicky?
Hey, how's everyone doing this evening?
All right, all right, all
I'm ready for
right.
conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. All right, Vicky, tell the people who we are. We're going to get into this topic tonight. We ain't going to mess around with it. Are you tired of dating? Dating fatigue. We're getting into it tonight. Vicky,
All
tell them
right.
who you are.
Okay. Yes. Hi. Again, my name is Vicky Simmons. Thank you, Kevin Troy, for having me on this night. But my name is Vicky Simmons, and I am the author of a book I wrote called "Enduring While Single." And what this book is all about is just talks about how to pursue godly relationships, how to understand your value, your self-worth. And I know many a times single people think that it's a curse. Being single is a curse, and it's not a curse. It's just, God just preparing you for your season. And during this time of singleness, in which my book talks about, you have time to actually go out and to pursue your dreams, date around, try to find that potential partner that you think would be a great match for you. And it's just about understanding your value, pursuing your dream and goals while single. You have the time to do all those things and seeking same like goals within your partner. So I'm an author. I also work with the singles ministry at Beulah Missionary Baptist Church, and I'm just single and I'm living the single life,
All
waiting
right.
for what God has for me.
That sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. All right. Well, let's get into this topic, you guys. And y'all know me, KTJ, former men's counselor turned love coach. And we have these talks, and I think these talks are very necessary because there's a lot of people who are dealing with this. They're struggling. They are tired. They're exhausted, and they need some help. And so we're going to see if we can help a few folks out here tonight. That's what we're getting into here tonight. So, also, we got the call in number. When we open up the call in number, I ask you guys to go ahead and call in. Let us know what your situation is, what you want to talk about on this topic. Please let it be on this topic. Tonight, we're talking about dating fatigue. Are you a person who has struggled in your dating life and your dating situation? Are you struggling? And if you are, then we're going to give you some advice. We're going to tell you some things, and we're going to help you out. So, all right. So, Vicky, let's get started with this. What was your first initial thought when you saw the term dating fatigue?
When I saw the term dating fatigue, it what stood out to me is, you're tired of dating, you're tired of going out each and every time dating, and you're not finding the person that you think is compatible with you, and you're just tired. And when I thought about that, I said dating fatigue. I said, is it that I am just attracting the wrong person each and every time? Maybe I just need to go back and do just do a self-examination. Why am I attracting the same people over and over again? And sometimes you just may need to just take a time and just recharge and just focus on yourself. Check out your expectations on whom you want as a partner. So before you even go out on that date, you can always say to yourself, this is who I want in a person. And I always say communication is the key. Communication is the key. Sometimes, well, I'm not going to say sometimes, but most times, uh, through communication, you can tell where the heart of a person is. You can
Mm,
tell what their goals and thoughts are. And you can just kind of tell from their conversation, is this person worth me even going out with? Especially if you're tired of dealing with the data fatigue that keeps going out each and every time and
mm-hmm,
still not finding the results that you're
mm-hmm,
looking for.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I host events here in Atlanta, and I've hosted a few. And when sometimes I've had events, Vicky, that
Mm,
turned out to be mostly men.
right.
Now you would think that it would be all women, and the women think it's going to be all women, so they sometimes they don't come,
Ooh,
right? And one of my friends that I was just having a kind of a consultation with, she said, "You know what? I see these events." She says, "I go to these events, and often I have a good time at the events, but
mhm,
I very rarely find somebody that I'm interested in, and it usually just stops right there at the end of the event." and
but-
and so
mhm,
I understand that idea. I understand. I could feel her pain. You done got you all dressed up, got your hair done, got your outfit right, got your jewelry on, put your lipstick, your eyeshadow. You was like, oh, you put on that dress that you was like, he gonna like this.
mhm,
he he gonna like what he see when the fellas see this right here.
right.
Okay, this gonna catch some eyeballs, and
Okay,
you get there, and there's 25 women and 5 men, or something like that.
right.
And yeah, you can meet some ladies and meet some people and have some fun, but she said at the end of it, it feels like it was a waste of time. And
Wow.
so
Mhm.
yeah, so that causes, she said, because of that, when I see these things and these events, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going.
Yeah, and I have heard that before too. Like I said, as actually, dealing working with singles ministries, I do notice you're saying it's mostly men, but I do notice it's more women uh,
Yes.
than men at some of the
Hmm.
events that we
Hmm.
have hosted, and that's a problem as well too. I don't know. What it is, but a lot of ladies are like, well, I don't want to, keep coming because it's the same ladies there each and every day. I don't know each and every time we have an event. My thing is, I just don't know. That's why I say communication, and it's really kind of hard. Um, to really find somebody, let me start back with me. What I like to do when I meet someone, I like to build that friendship so I can really see where their heart is, and
Hmm.
even if it's worth it. But I don't know, you tell me, Kevin, what is it about? I guess, is it that some of the men just are not ready, or do you think that some of the ladies are pushing it too hard? You just need to build that friendship first and get to see where, that's my thought, and get to see where that person stands.
So
Don't try
wait,
to
so
into
are you talking about like at the actual like events? Like how come the guys don't come to events?
yes.
Okay, well, that is the golden question. Uh,
Mm,
so some of the guys tell me they don't go to these events because they don't like organized situations that put them on the spot. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah. Some of them, they just like, I'd rather just meet her at a place, some random place, as opposed to being all in a room. And I tell them, I said, look, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. Like the women that you are most likely to like and be attracted to, are all going to show up in the same room.
Mhm.
So you don't have to worry about like, does she have a man, does she have a husband, does she have, you know what I mean, like the sort of thing that you have to worry about when you out in public. But when you're at the singles events, you already know they're single,
Right.
and they
Correct.
and they showed up to mingle.
Correct. Correct.
So sometimes the guys, I literally, when I have my events, I have to call the guys, text the guys, like I have to almost like almost coddle to get guys to
Yeah,
show
you're
up sometimes.
right.
you
And
know
and I get that. You're absolutely right. And they just stop. And I think also with the events, they think it's like that's what we're, I mean, it's not, they think like, oh, hey, that's what they're there for. I know who I want. I mean, I don't, I guess they think that we're trying to do a connecting type
hmm
thing. I guess
hmm
that's thinking, and they may seem to be
Yeah,
are
and
not.
sometimes we are.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes we are.
Right, right. So you're saying that they would prefer not per se just being at the events, but maybe meeting outside of
Yeah.
certain.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. But I still say that's bull though. I
yeah,
mean, I'm not. I say they scared, but if there's some guys that's listening, I'd love for you to go ahead and call in. We got we let's get the call-ins out there as we have the conversation. You guys, if you want to call in, there's the number right there and the access code, and I'll put you on the air, and we'll bring you on and see what's cracking. We'll see what's really going on.
and
And
I wonder why they are so scared. I mean, if you see someone that you like, I mean, just go. To me, I'm like, okay, hey, I see this person that I like. I'm at this event. I mean, there's some reason why you're there. I
right,
mean, it's a reason why you're there. So
yeah,
if you see someone that you like, I mean, just go up and say, "Yeah, yes, hi, may I have your name?" Or, start that conversation to
yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah. It,
And
it,
where's the fear? Why does the fear sets there?
it's like being on the spot.
Okay.
So now one of the issues that we see with this dating fatigue is people just feeling like the dates lead to nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just feel like let's say you go out on a date, you meet somebody, or even at these events, you go there, you meet somebody, you get their number, and then
It just
nothing, you
right,
know.
right.
And if you had a couple of those things that happen, couple of times for you to get dressed, a couple of times for you to go out and meet somebody, and then it not turn into anything, that can be pretty frustrating. So
And I say, go back. Once you go out on a date, go back and see why are you having these experiences. What is it? What is it? Is it something that I need to change? As far as who I'm talking to or who I'm going out with, so you won't continue to experience these this fatigue, because it can
mhm,
be,
mhm,
when you're dating, and dating, it comes with different ages. It depends on different. When you get to a certain age, say 40 and over, when you're dating, you really are at that point where you're saying, hey, I don't want to go out and just waste my time with dating.
mhm,
And you're looking at somebody that you feel would be a prospect for you, and hopefully, it could lead to marriage.
yeah,
And when you do go out and you see you're going out with the same one, you're like, well, what is it? Why is it that why some guys don't even want to commit? Why they want to why do they don't want to commit? You get tired,
yeah.
because
I got Vicky. I got an answer for that, but I want to read this comment first.
okay,
But hold that question that you just said. Why don't they want to commit? Why don't they want to get involved with this? Hold that question.
okay.
I want to answer that question. All right, Bella, my girl Bella's here. Thank you so much for popping in. Bella said, I think some men feel like if they show up to an event like that, they are telling the world they have an issue in the department, which
Mm,
is an ego thing.
mm, good
Mm,
point.
okay. That's a good point.
Yes,
Um, yes, because somebody might say, if you the man, how come you need to show up to this event that gives you that you need to be it's like you need special help in finding somebody, and a man should be able to just walk outside and be like, meet women everywhere, you shouldn't need anything special. But I say, if you got something special, take advantage of it.
exactly. Yes,
Yeah, take advantage of it. And but that's a good point,
that's a good point.
that
Yeah,
sometimes it grades against their ego to show up to an event and be seen as a guy who's got no game.
yeah, and just needy.
Yes. So that's a good point. That's a good
Yes.
point. Another thing that I see out here is people start feeling like dating is a chore. It's like it's instead of it being an opportunity to meet somebody special, it's a chore. It's like, Oh, here we go again. And there's something that happens, Vicky, with when you think that something is a chore, it
Hmm.
becomes like a chore.
It
It
becomes
becomes harder, and people can feel your energy.
right,
You know,
right,
people can feel when you don't want to be bothered.
right.
You know,
But the way I look at that is, dating should be fun. I don't think you should look at it as a chore, because when you do look at it as a chore, it will cause fatigue. It should be, dating is just what it is. I mean, it's actually going out, hoping to find that person that you think you can hook up with and you can, possibly have a life with. So
mm-hmm.
I don't think that, if you do look at it that way as a chore, I say go out. And I think a lot of times too, I think, as we may be trying to rush to find that right person. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we don't find that right person straight off, we get tired and say, okay, well, I'm tired of this. I mean, I've gone out, I've done this, I still hadn't found out. We need to just take our time, take it slow,
Right,
take it slow,
right.
go through, build that friendship, build that relationship. Take it slow.
Agree,
Don't
agree,
rush. Don't rush. Take it slow.
agree.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
uh,
let it.
Vicky,
I
so
mean,
so check this out. I got a video that I dropped
uh,
today on TikTok, and maybe this has something to do with dating fatigue. Maybe
okay,
somebody has experienced this and has these issues. So let me just play this. I'm gonna hit the. Let me see if I can start it from the top
okay.
and play. Rick Ross, the biggest boss. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. Rick Ross, the biggest boss, is out here breaking up with his woman after just 6 months. My man was dropping bags on her, taking her on vacation, making her feel like she's the one. Turns out she was only the one for 6 months. So she's confirming it now, saying the situation was beautiful. If you ever have to call something you have with a man a situation, you didn't have much. She said, I never experienced getting left. I'm just not docile. That means I'm not used to getting broken up with.
Mm,
Hold on.
mm,
Here
okay.
we go. Let's talk about it. All right. Rick Ross, the biggest boss, is out here breaking up with his woman
Uh-huh.
after just 6 months. My man was dropping bags on her, taking her on vacation, making her feel like she's the one. Turns out she was only the one for 6 months. So she's confirming it now, saying the situation was beautiful. If you ever have to call something you have with a man a situation, you didn't have much. She said, I never experienced getting left. I'm just not docile. That means I'm not used to getting broken up with. She said the situation was beautiful, and she meant every word during a 6 month run. She said they had a clean break. Ma'am, he broke up with you. It probably felt like she was living a fantasy. Probably felt like she could do this forever. But then her forever ended in just 6 months. Only take people seriously who are taking you seriously.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah. So maybe this is an issue, and if you guys have had this issue, let us know about that, because maybe this is the issue. Maybe somebody like that lady, you know, you could tell she wasn't no spring chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's probably been in relationships before,
Mm-hmm.
and probably not ever with a guy on the status of Rick Ross. Okay. He
Right.
takes you out to these beautiful places, flies you out here, lets you drive this. Your everything you drive has changed. He's got a fleet of cars of the best of everything. He's got chefs who cook the food at the house. Okay. He's got maids to do the cleaning. Like you're there and you don't have to do anything, right? In this big giant mansion of a house. Have you ever seen his house?
I don't think I have. No. Mm-mm.
Good Lord. So he bought Evander Holyfield's house,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
it looks like a mansion. It looks like the
yeah,
White House.
yeah. That, yeah, I know. Yes, yes. But my thing is, I want to go back to the 6 months. I mean, what is it with the 6 months? What is it? I mean, why 6 months? I mean, what happened? I'm thinking what happened in between.
Well, what happened in between was, for one thing, he has another woman pregnant. but look, that aside, because that happened, I
Oh,
believe, before before they became committed.
oh,
Okay, so he just had a newborn baby like maybe a couple weeks ago. so so there's that. But he probably, you know, um didn't see value in her being in his life.
okay.
So look, since he can have the best of the best of
Mm,
everything, right? She can't
right.
come in there and show off her cooking skills. I mean, maybe she can, but eh, when he's got a Michelin chef in the kitchen, what difference does it make? You know what I mean? So really, he, I listen. I have these conversations with men, and I ask these questions: Why'd you pick her? Why'd you let her go? You know, and generally it comes down to she didn't add value to his life in the way that he saw value needing the need for value. He didn't see it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that goes back to what I was saying. Back to, and and it's really hard. That goes back to what I was saying about really getting, and you really can't. I mean, a lot of times men have their own way of thinking. Um, and that's why I want to go into as far as the value part,
Mm-hmm,
what you just got through talking about.
mm-hmm,
Um, Value is really, you can really, when you're dating someone, you must see the, really, you must need to see the value, see if they value you, because they can kind
mm-hmm,
of see you when you first come out, they, as you, if they can see if you consider yourself as a person that should be valued.
mm-hmm.
um I think they can see that. And I think, again, it goes back to communication. Um, Dating is just, I don't know, it's just something that I guess we just have to learn as we go.
Yeah, but but what do you do when you get tired of learning as you go? That's what we talk about here tonight.
Yeah.
Because there are people here who are tired. They're tired of seeing where things go, and things go nowhere. So what do you do when you get tired of things going nowhere? Because
I say,
look,
uh,
because hold on a sec, because there's a lot of these. This happened to be a relationship that that lasted 6 months, but there's a lot of these situations that generally, they talk to me about these 2 week relationships. Like, it's on fire, it's passionate and it's hot, but it only lasts 2 weeks, and then they on to the next person.
but that's someone that right there. When that happens, that means you need to move on. You need to move on, because I don't think that person considered, like I said, value. Going back to value, if a person value you, they're gonna take, if they're asking, first of all, if they're asking you to go out on a date, it must be something that they see in you that they
Yes,
like, and they
that's
value
correct.
you. They're gonna take that time. They're gonna take, if they really value you, if they really like you, they're not gonna play you. I
Mm,
think they're gonna take that time, and they're gonna really get to learn you. Really learn your likes and dislikes, and you can really tell if a guy really values you. Kevin, a lot of times I see, when we out, if a guy's constantly in his phone while you're on a date, I'm like, wait a minute, now you're not giving me your 100%. I need you to be right here. I need
mm-hmm,
you to see, hear me out. And that
mm-hmm,
makes me think, when you hear me out and when you're giving me your 100% attention, that makes me think that, okay, you have some interest in me and you
mm-hmm.
want to build this relationship. So, hey, maybe we can go somewhere with this. But if you're going out with somebody and they look like they just want to, just, I don't know, just go out and be a playboy, and maybe you can kind of see those things. You can kind of see if a guy really values you, if they really, wanting to know all about you, asking
Mm-hmm.
those questions, who you are, really wanting to get to know your heart. You can tell that. And then, hey, that may be somebody you can say, okay, hey, I can probably build my relationship with that person. But if
Mm-hmm.
you go out with someone and they're not valuing you, they don't give you their undivided attention, they're constantly doing this, or they constantly doing that, they're not listening to you, they're not letting you talk, then hey, why are you going out? That's a red flag right there to me. I'm
That's
gonna
a
say,
fact.
hey, I'm not gonna do this because I'm tired of experiencing this dating fatigue.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. So now my answer, you know what? Let me I'm gonna give my answer in a minute. Let me see what
Uh-huh.
my girl Bella says. She said also a man who isn't aware of his purpose or goal in life will not understand the importance of having a significant other by his side.
Yes.
Mm.
I was gonna share that. That's a good point. I was gonna share
Yes.
that. Yes.
You have to respect the person's lifestyle, career, morals, and
Mm-hmm.
goals. You can't change anyone. So any enjoy the ride or change the type of man you are entertaining. Well said. So here's my thought. And this is what I would suggest to somebody who is listening to this and you have totally identified with what we're talking about here. This is what I would tell you. You're doing it wrong. If you feel burnt out from the dating fatigue, going out, and things not turning out right, I say you're doing it wrong. For one thing, let's say you meet somebody on Match.com, which is a site that I highly suggest. I send my clients there. It's one of the top places where people are actually serious and actually finding love. Okay, you match with them. You guys exchange numbers. You might exchange some text. Um, talk to them. Say, hey, let's make a time to talk on the phone. Right? Are you free now? They might say, yeah. Okay, good. Let's talk now. So you're going to talk on the phone and you're listening for the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The phone call is the precursor to everything.
Right.
You're seeing if it makes sense for us to go further than where we are right now.
Right.
Okay. If you enjoy their personality, you enjoy who they are, you might even say, hey, okay, that sounds good. Well, you know what? Either the phone call on the phone or you jump on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two. Okay. We're talking about direct access, direct engagement. So when you're talking to them on FaceTime is even better than phone call because you actually get to see them to see if they are the person that they show themselves on the pictures. Okay. You get a chance to see their energy. You'll be able to tell if they got narcissistic tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You'll be able to tell if they got if
Right.
fellas, you'll be able to tell if she's got a nasty attitude.
Right.
If she's gonna be stuck up on the date, if she's gonna complain because the seats to the at the basketball game are up too high, and if she's likely to ditch you because she didn't like the basketball game seats, that you purchased. Okay, so through FaceTime, it's a pre-date. You can call it a pre-date, but you're actually sitting down with the person, getting to know them, and once that happens, then you say, you know what? It makes sense for us to meet in person.
And right, and that's what I was saying about that communication. Correct. You can tell by what I was saying earlier. You can tell by the communication. If you're enjoying that communication with them, like I said, communication opens up the heart of the person. It
Mhm,
lets you hear the heart of that person. So, like you said, Calvin, if you in a conversation and like, okay, hey, he shares my same values, my same goals. I think,
mhm,
we got something to talk about. I like music. He like music.
mhm,
Um, you kind of can see what each of you have in common,
mhm,
and that's a start right there. Like you said, it takes the communication. It does, and then you can see whether it's worth going out on a date. Because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, communication just is the key to everything. When you're on the phone and he's talking about maybe all he maybe have his mind on is sex and
Mm-hmm.
anything that's unlike you
Mm-hmm.
know what what you're expecting, why
Yeah.
would you even want to go out? Because you know that's gonna lead. It's not gonna lead anywhere. It's
Yes.
not going anywhere. So
Well, hold on, Vicky. So we look, we can't just skate by that, because now some of y'all, um, some of the women are more frisky than the men, and y'all out here suggesting the sex.
well,
Okay, y'all
everybody.
okay. Like this ain't the 1950s no more. These women, they know what they want and they ready to go get it. Okay, so I'm suggesting that
Uh-huh.
you also not bring up sexuality and things like that, and if the conversation comes up, skirt away from it, right? Because you want to get to know the person.
Right.
Before you get in their pants, you got to know their person. You
Hmm.
got to know what kind of person you're dealing with, and
Correct.
it also shows that you have standards.
Correct.
If a guy is um interested in you, he's judging what kind of woman you are.
Right.
Sometimes a brother will throw out some sexuality stuff just to see if you take the bait,
That's true.
just to see if you with it. And
That,
and if you with it, he's with it too. But
correct.
just know you're not likely to get a call back.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, unless it's for another round.
I always say, Kelvin, when you're dating, I know when I'm dating someone, I like to see what their future goals are. What kind of purpose that they have in life, and again, like I said, conversation, communication, that's the key. I
Mm-hmm.
always like to hear what they envision for themselves. How do they see themselves? How do they, because most people say if they treat their mom in a good way, then most likely they'll treat you in a good way. How do they treat women? How do they, these are things that I look at when I'm out on a date. How they behave. Do they easily get angry over some small little thing? Do they give you their undivided attention? Do they have goals, future goals for themselves that may possibly include you as
Mm-hmm.
well?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it
Mm-hmm.
does not include you, if they're not there to try to help you accomplish your goal, your future goals, like, you can tell us, like, for example, if you get a promotion, they'll say, okay, hey, yeah, if you really try to get some advice or needed someone to give you that that you want to get this job, they give you that. They
Mm-hmm.
give you that, okay, you can do it. I know you can do it, because they're letting you know that they're interested in you. They're interested in trying to help you get to where you want to go.
That's correct. And I think you have to be listening for that.
Right.
You have to have your ears out for that. And so I'm not saying it's all easy, because and it can be difficult. But I think if you play the game straight, you play the game right, you end up getting the best of the situation. If you don't, if you try to play this game sideways,
Hmm.
don't be surprised that somebody you're gonna get sideways treatment.
Right.
And it's really like that. All right, so let's talk again about that the attitude.
Okay.
What what about this? How do you combat the negative self-talk, the negative attitude, um when it comes to this, when you're just feeling like you're not going to nothing good is going to happen for you?
Well, to me, yeah. I mean, and you can easily get to that point when you're dating all the time and you just not finding that person. You do have a tendency to just give up and just say,
Mhm,
hey, okay, it's just not happening for me.
mhm,
I just don't seem to find the person that I'm looking for. And you get tired.
mhm,
But I would say you still have to keep yourself in position.
mhm,
Still, call yourself up, um, you got to keep yourself in position because you never know what may happen. Just because one thing did not work, one day did not work out, does not mean it. So a lot of ladies may have a tendency to let themselves go because
Mm.
they one guy or one date that they had or several 3 or 4 dates that they had did not work. So they
That
say, okay,
yeah,
uh,
it didn't
I'm gonna
pan out.
give, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Just have a tendency to say, well, hey, I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna give up because there's no good men out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good men, and then they just give up. That's why you're seeing today a lot of women just want to do everything on their own because they feel like it's just not, any good men, right? In which there are some out there. I just think that we just have to, I'm gonna say, be prayerful and ask God to show you, send you someone. I mean, but what else can you do?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
just and then
Yes.
like going back to what we were saying at first, why does guys do they don't why they don't want to commit?
Yeah. Yeah. So, commitment in today's times, like you got to consider too that it's difficult because we turn into a non-committal society,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we ain't really that interested in committing to very much of anything. People don't people people used to sign up for this or sign up for that. It's like, we want to sign up, but we want to be able to get out of it if we don't like it. Okay. All the TV apps and the Paramount, like you can, once you look at that, you look at your show and you can get out of that. You can watch you know 10 episodes of Power and then get rid of the service after the season's over. You know what I mean? And so and the situation that we saw here with even with Rick Ross,
Mm-hmm.
you know, unfortunately, we live kind of in that throwaway. If it's not working for me, if it, and we even got a nice way of fixing it up now and saying, if the situation doesn't serve me, then I need to move on from it. And it's
Okay.
like, is everything about you?
Right. It's right. It can't be everything about you. Right. That's why I said it takes, two people. You have to be interested in what your partner wants as well as the partner has to be interested in he has to be interested in what she wants and she has to be interested in what he wants. It can't always be about me.
Yeah.
And again, going back to what I was saying again, trying to find someone that has the same value as you. I think that's very important. I'm going to keep saying that. You have to find someone that has the same, that's like-minded like you, have the same goals. How's their spiritual life? I mean, where do they how's their spiritual life? If you know that you're a spiritual person and you're trying to meet up with somebody that's not spiritual, then right there it's going to be a conflict. So I
Mm-hmm.
always say, get to know, I'm gonna say, so we can try to help people out.
Mm-hmm.
First step, communication. I know you and I talked about it, Kim. Communication first. I always say, before going out on that date, you meet somebody that you like you said earlier, you get their number and you can say, hey, to keep from experiencing that, you can say, hey, okay, well, we'll talk to each other on the phone, get to see what your goals are, get to see what your likes are. And then if it seems like we can make a connection or we can grow, and maybe it's something to come out of this relationship. I say, do that communication first, talk and see if they have the same like goals as you. Uh, See if they even have goals at all. See if they take your interest in mind,
Mm-hmm.
and just see what they talk about. And
Yeah.
because sometimes when people talk about certain things, they can just drain you,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, with what they're talking about, and you can feel that drainage over the
Yeah.
phone. And I was like, okay, the conversation now. Why would I want to go out and hear this if it's not what
Mm.
I want to hear? And if I think it does not line up with my values and with my goals.
Yes. 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 That's good. That's good. And I can add to that and saying that for one thing, you could be overwhelmed with being on all them apps.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to me, I'm an advocate. I encourage people. If you're single, you should be on the apps. If you're not on the apps, you're not really trying to find nobody. Okay.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Because because of the reach. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's like you know, it's like having a Rolodex. Remember the old school Rolodex
Yes. Uh-huh.
versus having the internet. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
if we got email now, you don't need
Right.
a Rolodex on your desk with limited
Right.
numbers and all of that. Like you can find everybody, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And so the apps are like that. You now have access to people that you never even knew existed, and they could live right around the corner from you.
That's true.
Okay, and so to me, it is, and statistically, it's been proven that the apps are the number one way people are meeting and finding love. So if you're not on the apps, you're not even trying. You're not even in the game.
No.
You're not. That's correct. Vicky, this is for you too. If you're not on the apps, you're not even in the game. You're not even in the game.
Well, I'm
Okay.
on the app. I'm not on the app.
You got to be on the apps. You got to be on the apps. Whether it's that one, it's you know,
uh-huh.
some of the freer ones, you get more. You got, I want to say, you get lesser quality matches, but
Mm-hmm.
places like Match.com, places like Bumble, um, are still amongst the top ones that, and just choose one or two. Okay, don't try to be on every app. Okay, so that's how you get overwhelmed, because you're gonna get a lot of messages, and it'd be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, where'd all these people come from?" And then you feel committed to answering all these. Who ain't nobody got time for all of that? Just choose two and rock with those two. Now, if it becomes overwhelming, take a week off and just get off of the apps and don't go on them. Don't check messages. Don't do any of that for like a week or a couple of days if it feels like it's getting overwhelming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, you should be reaching out. If somebody reach out to you, reach back out to them and see if it's something. See if you guys can talk on the phone. See if you can have a FaceTime, and see if it makes sense for y'all to go out and have a good time.
Yep.
Okay. That's my one approach, and the
Oh,
other one is just see this all as fun.
yes. Mm-hmm.
You taking it too seriously. See this all as fun. You're supposed to be having a good time. You're supposed to be like it doesn't have you're listen, the person that you're going out with doesn't have to be the actual cookie cutter husband for for your life. It's like sometimes it might just be going out being social and you might make a new friend.
True. And that's what I was saying earlier. You have to build that friendship. But then again, like I was saying, speaking of women on the women's side, we as women, when you get to a certain age, dating, right, it should be fun. I mean, it should be fun. But I think when you're like in your 20s, you're gonna go out, you want to have, date to have fun. But as you get older, and I guess it just depends on the person, as you get older, you start to take dating more serious. You like, hey,
Yes.
you know, that can lead
And
to
and
a
and, and I'm telling you, you shouldn't. I'm telling you, you shouldn't. You got to stop that. And that's what causes the frustration.
well, yeah, it does.
You know, especially when it doesn't like pan out the way you would have liked it, and you're like, oh man, I done wasted my time again. But it shouldn't be a waste of time. Go out and have fun. Go out. You just going out to be social, which is
Well, let
something you should do whether you're on a date or taking yourself out and just being
well,
social.
let me ask you this question. And I
Okay.
agree. How long should you date a person, and you seeing this not when you're a certain age and you're not? I'm just speaking on behalf of
Sure.
when you're going out, you're dating someone, and you're like, hey, I'm wasting my time. And that goes back to why it's not that you're rushing, but dating, it's what it is. You're trying to find that person
Wait,
that you feel can be, it still can be fun.
but wait a minute, wait. What?
Mhm.
So what's your question? What was the question?
How, how long should you continue to just date for fun?
Okay. How long should you just continue to date for fun? I think it should when I say date for fun, I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying you are dating and enjoying yourself,
Mm-hmm.
being out. Okay. And I'm not saying just be overall frivolous with the person that you're going to spend time with. I'm just talking in general, like, you know, you're going out to be social, whether you go out by yourself or you're going out on a date, you're deciding to be a social person and go out and you're going out to have fun. So if you're with him and you want to go out and have fun, boom, you're going out to have fun. If you're
Mm-hmm.
by yourself, same thing. But it's more about you deciding um deciding to have fun. Now, if you guys don't necessarily, like, you talked about sharing morals and values.
Values,
Okay?
yes.
There's nothing wrong with you deciding not to go out with a person that you don't share morals and values with. Okay? But at least if they have the potential to be somebody that you would want to, be with, and you've kind of got that from being on FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
then you onto something.
Okay. Yeah, and going back to the dating for fun, and I do know some people. I heard this, and I know you've probably heard this before too, Kevin. Oh, hey, okay, I'm gonna date someone for about 2 years. The guy, he ought to know whether or not he's ready for
two
marriage. 2 or
2 years.
3 years. I'm just saying, this is what this is what comes up. And if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna leave. I have a period. I have a cutoff time. 3 years is it. That the guy should definitely know where he wants to stand as far as marriage. If he in 3 years, if he don't know where he want to stand, I'm letting him go.
Yeah.
I'm letting them go. And like you said, it may take a little bit more time, but to me, I get you, Kevin. I see what you're saying. You should go out, and I see what you're saying. But with me, I guess it just depends on the person. And
Mhm.
some people date, like you said, just to go out for fun. Some people date to find that person that they hopefully can live the rest of their life with. And then if they feel like they're going out, which can lead to dating fatigue, they keep going out, they saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave this person alone. I'm going, because they tired of that fatigue.
Mhm.
Why is
Mhm.
it that why is it that it take a man so long to decide if I'm asking?
Because it's a lot, because committing to be a husband or a fiance and to get married and all that sort of thing, it even to commit to one woman, like, there's actually a lot that a man has to consider. But it depends on, like you said, it depends on the person, depends
Right,
on where he is in his life.
right.
you know like, for a man, look, let's just say, like, I might go out on a social thing to network with somebody. Let's say me and you went out to a network. We've been out before and we've networked before, right?
Yes, yes.
um if you're with me, whether, like, we not even in a relationship, but I feel responsible for you.
Okay.
Okay. You standing next to me, and something pops off, I'm going to grab your hand and say,
Hmm.
come on, let's go.
Hmm. Right,
Okay.
right,
I have to protect your safety. I have to make sure that you're good, and you're going to even expect that. And
right.
I'm not even your guy, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
it's and that might seem, for somebody, that might seem very small, but these are the things that some men have to see you in certain situations, and they have to be able to know that you can follow them. Can you would you listen to him? Can you follow? Or do you have to have something to say? Do you have to, why we got to go this way? What happened? Just tell me what's going on. Like, or can you just say, okay, let's go. I'm with you.
Right,
You understand? So
right.
that's just one small segment of it, but that's the sort of things that men consider and have to see before they commit to a woman.
Cut off a little.
What'd you say?
Okay, I said it cut. Okay, so So you're saying, so from listening to you, you saying a man actually like someone that's gonna, I mean, what may be more attracted to someone that will follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And listen and be agreeable, and you know, at somebody that's agreeable and not wanting, just being able to follow his masculine lead.
Okay. Okay, and I can go with that. But what about if when it comes to an disagreement?
Mm-hmm.
Because it will happen.
Yes.
What
Yes.
it can happen. And I just want to go back to something too you were saying about when we was talking about the dating, and you were saying something about, and you're right, most men do look at the attitude, like most
Mm-hmm.
women look at the attitude of the man. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it may not always be that bad, if female or someone complain about something that they don't like. I mean, that I'm just saying, hey, that opens up to let the guy know, okay, she doesn't like this. So, just take into consideration what she don't like. But that should not be a strike.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a strike.
It shouldn't be.
It's gonna be right.
It shouldn't be, but
Yeah.
sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. But well, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, look, Vicky, we at the top of the hour. Talk to the people about give somebody a couple of maybe another writer downer. They call it a writer downer, and tell the folks how they can find you, how they can follow your work, how they can buy your products.
Sure, thank you. Okay, again, I am the author of Enduring While Single. My name is Vicky Simmons, and I have a website that I'm constantly working on. That I'm working on now, but it's not just to where I want it to be. But if you want to purchase my book, Enduring While Single, you can cash at me at $ F971. And when you do, the book is, I'm gonna show you, it's Enduring While Single. Endured by Singer, and it's $12.99. And again, what I said, the book talks about what Kevin and I was talking about today, about how to pursue godly relationships, understanding your value, seeing if that person consider you as a valuable person, seeking same like goals in that person, and then just doing what God will have you to do during your time of singleness. So again, it's Enduring While Single. And if you want to purchase the book, you can purchase it. My cash app is F9 F971. It's $12.99. Enduring While Single.
All right, good stuff. And you guys,
Thank
you could click the link in the bio, and you'll be able to get my book, Secrets of the Mind of a Man: How Men Think When It Comes to Dating, Relationships, and Love. And yeah, I'm Vicky. I'm getting back into doing these lives here on YouTube, as well as in the Facebook, in the Love Coach Atlanta Facebook community. And so we're rolling again. We're rolling.
you. And we're
Um,
looking forward
look,
to it.
look,
Yeah.
sometimes we get platform fatigue. you get you, content creator fatigue.
Okay.
You
So do you
know.
get them to our little final points again about how to not experience dating fatigue?
Yes. 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 All right. You did you drop yours already?
Communicate,
Okay.
getting to know the person before going out, seeing their conversation, knowing their heart,
Mm-hmm.
seeing if they have the same goals as you. Just getting to see if it's somebody you feel like you're worth going out with, and they're not going to drain you with something that you're not interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Just seek that, get on the phone, find out, dig into that person's heart, ask those questions, ask those,
Yes.
so you can see where they are, before you even go. Because of course you will experience data fatigue when you go out. And like you said, Kevin, it should be fun. Don't rush it. Like I mentioned earlier, let it build that friendship, get to know each other, and who knows, what may happen afterwards.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I just want to encourage folks to watch out for the negative talk that's in
Mm-hmm.
your head. That
Yes.
negative talk that tells you that nothing is working, nobody likes you, you're ugly, you're not as attractive as other people, and why her, not me, like all those things. And I'm telling you, people can feel when you are disgruntled and you're upset and
Mm,
not liking your situation, and it makes you less attractive.
yes.
So
Good.
work on the inner, and I'm telling you, it shows on the outer. Put yourself in the right rooms where the quality of man or quality of woman that you're looking for is likely to show up. If you get overwhelmed by the apps, pull yourself off the apps. And again, if you're single, you should be on the apps, because if you're not on the apps, you're not in the game. And it's the place where the people are meeting who are looking for someone like you. So if you're not there, you need to get there so you can meet the love of your life. All right.
All righty.
All right. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate you guys sharing with us today. And hit that next video that's going to come up. I know it's going to be something that you're going to need to hear. See y'all next